We are 10 years on from Operation Span, and that was 2 or 3 years after the abuse.
A decade ago, Maggie Oliver, police officer turned whistleblower, lifted the lid on a dire investigation into child sexual abuse in Rochdale. And since then, she's continued to probe into its shortcomings.
But they've just hoped it would die and go away. They probably hoped I'd die and go away, but I'm not.
The story was turned into a TV drama, and what happened in Rochdale, in part on this estate, became the most infamous grooming case in the country. The abuse was allowed to continue after the child witnesses weren't considered credible, and when it did reach court, only 2 victims were recognised out of potentially dozens.
People will look at this case and go, oh, I remember that one, that was successful, 9 people went to jail. What do they have to apologise for?
That case was not successful. You know, a man who got a 13-year-old child pregnant and we had a fetus was out of prison in less than 2 years. He should have been charged with rape. We knew he was the father of that unborn child. I believe that the authorities took the easy road with the Rochdale case. Those men should be in prison for years.
Even though these 9 men were convicted in 2012, 10 years on, police have today apologised to 3 victims about the way the case was handled. Despite obvious indications that there was a child abuse ring based here in Haywood near Rochdale, for too long it wasn't properly investigated. It was often the girls arrested for being drunk and disorderly, not the men who got them drunk and were raping them. We spoke to one victim we'll call Sally.
I just think the police just seen a bunch of girls, because there weren't only me that used to get arrested, there was obviously a lot of other people. I just think that they're seen it as we were just basically tearaways, we were just little and they couldn't be arsed dealing with us. I think basically they thought they know what they're doing, they're going out with them, and it's their own problem.
Police in Rochdale eventually approached Sally, but only years later. Officers were focusing on 2 particular victims, and because Sally's abusers were different men, she was only considered as a witness in the case.
They said to me they recognised I was a victim, but because they was helping girl A with her trial, that they needed me to be a witness, but they'd come back. Because obviously I'd say, oh, I know that guy, and I know this guy, and this is what happened to me. And he was like, shut up, it's not about you. And I was kind of like...
The police officer said that?
Yeah, he said, come out of the room.
Swear at you?
Yeah, it was really bad. And obviously he was getting frustrated because he didn't want me to talk about me. It wasn't my case. But every time I slipped up about me, I was like, I'm sorry. And I kept apologising. But I just kept thinking, why am I apologising for telling an officer that I was raped as a child?
Sally's case was never taken up. She says after being a witness at the trial, she was intimidated by her abusers, and that too wasn't properly investigated. The Greater Manchester Police apology letter to Sally says GMP did not properly recognise your vulnerability as a child and make far better attempts to contextualise your behaviour. GMP could and should have done much more to protect you, and we let you down.
What happened here in Rochdale became a landmark case, an eye-opening wake-up call to authorities. But campaigners say the fact that this apology has taken 10 years to come tells you everything you need to know about the speed and urgency of progress in Greater Manchester Police.
They have treated the victims with contempt. They have ignored every reasonable request just to apologise, and they have made those girls fight every single step of the way.
Police say lessons have been learned, but victims and this campaigner say the jury is still out. Jason Farrell, Sky News.